What's up guys, and welcome to the video that you are watching on this day with your eyeballs. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Vulp by Nabalis and Will Hirsch. The Vulp is a collaboration between a Balisong manufacturer and a Balisong flipper, Nabalis and Will Hirsch respectively. It's a Balisong with aluminum channel handles and a 420 stainless steel blade. Some ways in which this is special, at least to me, is that this is my first Balisong trainer that A, doubles as a bottle opener, B, has a Bowie blade profile, C, has jimping, more on that later, and D, runs on bushings. Let's attack these one at a time. So as I mentioned, this is a bottle opener Balisong, though you can get the Vulp without the bottle opener if you so choose. As far as I'm aware, the bottle opener Vulp is available on Amazon and Blade HQ. The other non-bottle opener version of the Vulp is available on Blade HQ, AliExpress, and wherever else it may be sold. I tested out the bottle opener and it does work. Unfortunately, I don't have any B-roll of me testing the bottle opener, though other people do, and anyone who owns a Vulp can hopefully vouch for me. The blade not only incorporates a bottle opener, but also has a beautiful Bowie style profile. Compared to the Tonto blade style of something like the Triton, which I already reviewed, it just looks like so much more work went into machining the blades and just looks cooler overall. It only comes in the Bowie profile, but it's very reminiscent of a foxtail in a way. Now, let's move on from the blade of the Vulp and talk about the handles, specifically the ends of the handles. The handles on the Vulp have what is known as jimping. From what I understand, jimping is the little machined horizontal grooves on the ends of the handles, both on the outside and inside. Jimping helps with grip and tricks like ladders and choker fans, and it really shows with this Balisong. In fact, as I'm going through my script, I'm reminded of how well I was able to learn ladders on the Vulp. Nice job, Will! Finally, bushings. That is what this Balisong runs on. Not bearings, not washers, bushings. What is a bushing? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, a bushing is this tiny cylinder that goes into the blade, specifically where the pivot would be. Now, unlike something like the Triton, which is a washer-only Balisong, you can crank down on the pivots of a bushing Balisong and it will still have great swing. A washer Balisong, however, won't swing as freely as a bushing Balisong since there is nothing absorbing the pressure when tightening the pivots. That, my friends, is what a bushing does. Absorbs pressure to make the Balisong easier to tune and better to flip. Now you might be thinking, damn, a Balisong that runs on bushings, has jimping, and doubles as a bottle opener? How much could this possibly retail for? $60. That's it. Just a low price of 60 American dollars. That is, it was, but Will went ahead and upgraded it with hardened T10 pivot screws instead of soft T8 pivot screws, along with better quality bushings, which seems to lead to better tolerances, though that does increase the price by $5. Speaking of tolerances, they are, or at least were, an issue with the Vulp. No matter how many times I tightened the screws on the V1, it would still have tap or develop tap very easily. For those who don't know what tap is, let me explain. Tap is when you shake the Balisong like so, and you hear a tapping noise. This is caused by the blade hitting the inside of the handles. This does not mean that your Balisong is broken, however, and is not a reason to return it, as you can usually tune out the tap or fix it yourself. I would also like to help spread the fact that Will and his friend Brandon are not customer service. There is, however, an email in the manual that comes with the Vulp which you can use to contact Nabalis if your product is damaged. It also comes with replacement hardware. Replacement hardware! This includes washers, bushings, pivot barrels, and pivot screws. The replacement bushings are slightly oversized, however this is intentional as Will wanted the Vulp to be a learning experience, including with tuning your own bushings. It also comes with a little L key with T6 and T8 bits on either end for the V1 and T10 bits on both ends for the V2. I don't recommend using it, however, at least not for its intended purpose. I tried using mine and it snapped. Literally. Will has experience though and asked for a Torx bit to be shipped along with everything else. The Vulp also comes with blue thread locker, which is the temporary version of thread locker, as opposed to the red thread locker, which is permanent. One more thing that this Balisong comes with is a small vial of super lube, which you can use to oil up your Balisong's pivots, which makes the swing much smoother overall. This is a trial size, however you can buy a small needle tip bottle of super lube at willhirsch.gay, hashtag not sponsored, if you plan to be in this hobby for a long time. Availability is kinda wonky. You see, availability really falls under the rule of supply and demand, where there is very high demand and very limited supply. Will Hirsch is hoping to make it so you can buy the Vulp whenever, so anyone can buy one at any time. But that is sadly not the case. Instead, it releases in drops, which seem to be selling out faster and faster with each drop, again due to high demand and very limited supply. It is, however, as of now, starting to become more available, as most people who wanted a Vulp have one now. Flipping wise, it's not bad. Very good even. It's lighter than what I'm used to though, clocking in at around 3.9 ounces, but in my opinion, it's a good light and doesn't hinder flipping performance with most tricks I ask it to do. Chaplains are super comfy, hugging your finger throughout the trick like a hug you get from a relative you only see once or twice a year. They are fairly hard to maintain though if you choose to do smaller circles. This is because the designer, Will Hirsch, opted for an entry-level Balisong that was easy to learn on, and when learning chaplains, you tend to make bigger circles. The overall grip of the Vulp is pretty solid, with grip in places for tricks like rollovers, fans, ladders, you name it. It has a slight handle bias, which, from what I have been told, is fairly good for beginners. This is true for both the V1 and the V2. Now you may have noticed that I've continuously said V1 Vulp or V2 Vulp. This is because I wanted to do a comparison between the V1 and the V2. The V1 Vulp, which I got in orange, has okay hardware, with soft T8 pivot screws and okay quality bushings. The V2, on the other hand, which I got in teal, has hardened T10 pivot screws and better quality bushings. As I previously mentioned, the V1 went for around $60, while the V2 goes for $65. Ooh, that reminds me, the Vulp currently comes in 7 different colors. That's right, 7. The colors are as follows: orange, green, black, teal, pink, purple, and red. Actually, while on the topic of red, a good color that goes along with red is black, and that is something that is very special with a red Vulp, as it comes with a black blade and hardware, as opposed to the silver blade and hardware of all the other Vulps. But that doesn't stop there, my friend. Oh, no, no, no. You see, if you choose to buy 2 or more Vulps, you can customize your Vulp to have mismatched handles with a black blade and or hardware or a silver blade and or hardware. So the question at the end of the day is, should you buy one? And my answer is, yeah. When you get into the Balisong flipping hobby, you tend to go for the cheap China crap options for $10, $20, or even $30. But if you save up just a little longer, you can and should get the Vulp, as it is an amazing starter Balisong for a relatively affordable price. It also makes for a really good gift for a birthday, holiday, or any special occasion as a bottle opener, really cool fidget flipper, something to experiment with, or all of the above. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Sorry this video took longer to make than other people. I just wanted to get my full thoughts together. I wanted to compare the different versions of the Vulp and how they flipped, and I just wanted to get as much data as I could. While I have given the Squiddy praise for being a good starting Balisong, it is just plastic. The Vulp, however, is metal and only about $10 to $20 more. So, with that being said, I highly recommend you pick one up. As always, I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. Have fun, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.